I was very disappointed to see in the budget of the 4 approved charter schools, Danbury's charter school was left out. Danbury's charter was approved 6 years ago in the same rigorous process that all the other large cities have opened their charters. That process included multiple opportunities for the community stakeholders to be heard that showed overwhelming support and need. Since then, the stakeholders have engaged in the legislative process at both local and state levels to continue to show their support. They have written letters, made phone calls, held rallies, provided hours and hours of testimony before us. They're in this room today with us and also watching virtually. Our Danbury city leaders, the mayor, majority of the city council, majority of the Board of Education have pledged their support. At the same time, our mayor supports HB 5003 as well and intends to fully fund the Board of Education's recent budget request. Danbury will not lose ECS money should we have a public charter in the same way. We do not lose money when a student decides to go to a private school or a VOAG school or a technical school. This is not a funding issue. It is a choice issue. It is an equity issue. Our student enrollment grows every year by about the same number of students that this charter would phase in, 110 kids. 110 in a sea of 3,600 students at the state's largest high school. And to be clear, the Danbury delegation does include support for this charter, not just myself. We cannot let 1 or 2 people decide against the majority of the will of the people, and for that reason, we have moved SB 1096 forward. Please consider this amendment that would sufficiently open Danbury Charter School. I move the adoption of the amendment and request the vote be taken by roll. Thank you, Madam Chair. I don't want to belabor the point any longer than it already has been, but we've tried open choice in Danbury. It failed. I've also lived in Danbury over 20 years. I'm a mom of 2 children in the Danbury public school system. I see it through them. I'm volunteering every day in the school. I served on the Board of Education for 5 years. I think I have a sense of what our community needs and wants as well. And I wouldn't be here in this seat if Danbury didn't want it. Okay. I appreciate the comments about the process and also working, with me through it as a new legislator. A one size does not fit all. What works great for one child may not work for another child. This is not about funding. The funding is already in the budget. Am I correct?
That is correct.
And while I appreciate the process and the comments about the process hasn't worked for Danbury in 6 years. And we've done all that we've been asked to do through every hoop. And it's going to take a flipped seat in the House or beyond, perhaps, and a rare amendment or 2 to get this through. Then that's what it's going to take. And thank you very much for your time.